Hello, welcome to this video. So, I'm a bit tired, but I wanted to play some Genshin. So, I figured what I would do is get some of these world quests done. Might only do one or two, but yeah, I figured I would. What should I do? What's wrong? Oh, it's you. Nothing's wrong, except I might need to start looking for a new job soon. The other day, the innkeeper asked me to prepare a new dish that would attract more guests. It should be presentable and tasty, but also stylish and artisan. Oh, and have personality. I've been trying to come up with something satisfactory over the last week, but the innkeeper didn't like any dish I came up with. What did you make? Gave it all I had, really. Utilized everything I learned while honing my culinary skills in the mountains. Candied silk flour, genshin and lotus seed duck stew, crab roast stewed meatballs. He would shake his head at everything and ask me to give it another thought. But I've already reached my limit, eh? Alright, still gotta cook something for that freeloader. It's about time he came around. Haven't you already reached your limit? At least he isn't as picky as the innkeeper. A few regular dishes should be enough for him. Since you're already here, why don't you have a bite too? You can sit over there. I'll serve the food when it's ready. Aw. Is this the right seat?
Too salty.
Or I just wait for him? That's so nice. A very well stocked kitchen. I love how you can just like come in here and steal all of his stuff. It's too salty. Looks like he's getting radishes over there. Yeah, I just love that you can steal his stuff.
Ugh, too salty.
Just vibing to this music, really. You're nearly done. Sit by the table. Steal your stuff. I'm gonna change to sit here because it's a bit more social.
Ugh, too salty.
This is very kind, but it would take me like a second to make my own dish.
Ugh, too salty.
That sounded like a plate noise.
Howdy. Please, head straight on in.
Come on, man. I mean, it looks like there's something cooking, so I feel like I should stay here.
Ugh, too salty.
Am I just magical? That I can cook a whole chicken in like 4 seconds? my god, how many more ingredients are you gonna get? Am I sitting in the wrong seat?
Ugh, too salty. Ugh,
I'm gonna go
too
take a look
salty.
at the dish. Okay, so he is cooking. Yes, I know. Okay. Come on, man, you can do it.
Ugh, too salty.
I understand that you think it's too salty. I think it'll be fine. I don't quite know how long to wait. Well, it is a quest, so I'll just...
Ugh, too salty.
The healthiest drink is tea. Wine is a healthy drink.
Come on, that's gotta be cooked by now. Am I not sitting at the right table? I think I might be sitting at not the right table.
Too salty.
That's very embarrassing. Please. Please. Huh? I see that we have a special guest today. Usually it's just that chef and I, eating in silence. Perhaps your presence will liven up today's meal. But it appears that the chef is terribly worried about something today. Why the long face? Is this right?
Howdy. Please, head straight on.
Where are you?
Ugh, too salty.
There he is. Is he still complaining about the salt content? This has to be the right table, right?
Let me guess where you're from.
Ugh, too salty.
Oh, is it too salty? Do you need some help? Is this the right table? The table's up here.
Ugh, too salty.
Did I sit in the wrong chair? Are you serious? I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry you had to witness that kerfuffle. These meatballs balls are not half bad. This meat just melts in one's mouth. The broth packs a lot of flavor as well. Surprised Paimon's not participating in this conversation. Huh? There's crab roe in the meat. No wonder it tastes so unusually fresh. Come, traveller, try one more. I'll teach you what to do. First, use chopsticks to open the meatball up, then soak it in the broth and eat it with some rice. You're not eating with us? Me? I'm afraid I'm already full, since the innkeeper filled me with anxiety. Oh god, that's such a mood. You'd better enjoy the food because that might have been the last meal I got to cook here. Last meal you get to cook here. Who told you so? Oh no, is it because of me? Is the innkeeper fed up with you because you've been feeding me all this time? Seems a bit unfair given that I supplied the inn with some of my best catches free of charge. That should have covered at least a part of my bill. Besides, the innkeeper isn't known for being a miser. Give me a break, it was just a few fish, and most of them ended up in your stomach anyway. So actually... fine, I'll tell you. Presentable, tasty, stylish artisan and with personality. Not sure if there's any dish in this world that'd meet the innkeeper's requirements. You think it's funny? We'll see how you'll laugh when you come over next time, and I won't be here to feed you for free. Alright, it's not so funny after all. So that's why you've been looking so worried today. I have to say, I am in love with this gigantic cauldron of soup. I'm a big fan. Everyone needs a cauldron for soup. Or potions. Whatever you're making. It's hard to be in high spirits when your boss expects you to perform miracles all of a sudden. There might be a way out. Even though I can't cook myself, I happen to know a recipe for a unique dish. I came across that dish during a trip abroad when I happened to be a guest at a local big shot's house. They called it chicken tofu pudding. By the looks of it, you wouldn't say that it's a meat dish. It really is as delicate as tofu pudding, but with a strong flavour of meat and herbs. A rare meat dish that imitates vegetarian cuisine. That meal left me so curious about the dish that I asked my host for the recipe. However, I'm a bad cook, so the recipe has been collecting dust in my chest ever since. Surely it must be a very difficult dish. No doubt about it. According to that chef, those who attempt to make the dish have to be not only skilled in the art of cooking, but also in the art of the sword. What kind of a dish requires swinging a sword? I can chop meat just fine with my knife. I'm afraid you'd sooner cut the chopping board in half than mince the meat fine enough with that knife of yours. I was told that minced meat is the highlight of this dish. As such, precise sword technique is the key to success. First, one needs to portion the meat and chop it up with the sword's edge. Then use the sword's backside to mince it. Next... Hold on. Wait a minute. That recipe of yours is good for nothing in our hands. I'm not much of a swordsman and you're not a cook. Where can we find a sword-wielding warrior who also happens to have some culinary skills? Ooh, pick me, pick me. This person might be closer than you think. I know my way around the kitchen, that's true. You're also a skilled swordsman, aren't you? I've witnessed some of your feats myself. How about we let the traveller attempt to make that unique dish? But the innkeeper wanted Yanxiao to. Well, the innkeeper only told Yanxiao to come up with a new dish. He didn't specify who had to cook it, so it's still an open question. Am I right, chef? Ah, right. Your logic is sound. But what ingredients do we need to make a chicken tofu pudding? Nothing special really, just some fowl, ham, bird egg and snapdragon. Still have some fowl and ham stored in the kitchen, but we're fresh out of bird eggs and snapdragon. Had I known sooner, I wouldn't have made those matsutake scrambled eggs. Traveller, can I count on you to bring me one of each? Probably. Once you find them, we'll work that chicken tofu pudding out together. Naturally I'll make sure to repay you for your help. Thank you in advance. Well, pretty sure I have those, so... Have I found them? I did a bunch of cooking the other day to get 20 Prima Gems. So that's why I'm so low on snapdragons. Alright, we've got all the ingredients needed. So, what do you want me to do first? Well, maybe our freeloading friend can provide us with some instructions? Right. First, portion the meat on the table with your sword and slice it into small pieces. Then mince it, slowly turning it into a fine paste. Okay, so I need to cut the meat. Is it this meat? water. Where's the water pot? Here's the water pot. Ugh. I'm sorry, Nilu.
Leave it to me.
Oh, actually, you know what I should do? I should put...
Next time, be sure to make a proper appointment.
Yanfei. Let me try. This flavor, so rich and fresh, but the mouthfeel resembles that of a tofu pudding. Looks quite presentable too, and requires truly exquisite workmanship. The premise is also catchy, a meat dish that imitates vegetarian cuisine. I'm sure many would like to try it for themselves. Not bad at all. I'm sure it'll be to the innkeeper's taste. What a surprise. Turns out you're more capable than I gave you credit for. Who knew a sponger like you would remember this recipe so well? Haha, I might as well tell you. Back in the day, I thought that this recipe contained some sort of secret sword art, so I studied it day and night without ceasing. Now that I think about it, I must have been an absolute madman. It was just a recipe. Why would there be anything about swordsmanship in it? And all that practice to look for someone and ask for justice, that's all. Okay. What's Jiang Shui's story here? I'm curious. Please give me his backstory. Ha! That was a magnificent deed, and here you are speaking so softly about it. Haha. Well, once I'd exacted that justice, I came here. Thankfully, the innkeeper was willing to take me in and let me loaf about the place. I'm now free of desire. I no longer wish to wield my sword, nor do I have any other skills. I suppose staying here for the rest of my life isn't so bad. Well now, I suppose I should give you a copy of this recipe. You can make it for yourself if you have the time. It's a little troublesome, but it tastes pretty good. Thank you. Well, let's put this dish aside. We can show it to the innkeeper once he gets here. And after that... Hey, Mr. Loafer, don't you go anywhere just yet. Come over here. Oh, what do you want? I don't have another recipe for you, just so you know. Come on, didn't you say you didn't have any skills apart from wielding your sword? Well then, draw that sword. I'm teaching you to chop meat. Chop meat? Well, I'm afraid... You'll get it pretty quickly. Chop meat today, make a dish tomorrow. Learn yourself a few of those, and there you've got a skill. What are you... A few dishes under your belt. Yes, that'll spare me the need to watch you scrap for food around here, that's for sure. Well, come on then, don't drag your feet. You dilly-dally some more and you can forget having any meatballs to eat tomorrow. Hey, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish. And he'll fish. Wait, what? Come on, you can't threaten me like that. Alright, I'll chop them. That'll teach you to mooch off my boy. Right. Well, that took longer than I expected, so I think we're going to leave it at 1 today. And we'll come back here another time.
Howdy. Please,
Howdy.
straight on in.
Yeah, we'll hop back here another time. And knock out the rest of these, because there's quite a few clustered around here. Aww. Please let me pet the dogs, please. Anyway. Cool. We made a dish. We helped a man.
This could be...
And we have a friend now. I'll see you next time.
Howdy.
Bye.
Please.